Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to go over the MLB for Wednesday, October 2nd. And as you can see, the opening odds are on the screen. We open with Detroit versus Houston. Plus 144 for Detroit, minus 169 for Houston. We break those down normally. As once again, there's not much to go over with the numerology, but normally we separate the integers, add them together. That's called reduction. And we apply it to numerology of the game. And yeah, as you can see, the spread as well, the opening odds here. The current odds are right here. Let's go to the games. Scroll up. There we go. These are our games for today. Same as yesterday. Game 2's Detroit versus Houston. We're going to start with that one. Currently, it is plus 146, minus 174. It started at plus 144, minus 169. And that is based off the odds and where the betting is going, where the money is going. We're going to go over that here in a moment. Minus 152. We're going to focus on that for Detroit on the spread. And then minus 174. But let's see where the money is going for this game. All right. So Houston dominating the odds despite Detroit winning yesterday. As we picked. 3 for 3 in that game. 95% of the money. 65% of the money, 95% of the money on the money line, that is. And 65% of the money going on Houston on the spread. So they are dominating in this one. Pretty much, this could be one of those games that, let me get that off the screen. This could be one of those games that you could see Detroit winning the spread, but Houston winning the game, winning the money line. Over under is dead even at minus 110, 7.5. Well, minus 110 cost, that is. 7.5 is the total for this game, and that is 54% of the money, about even. But the betting odds is, the betting slips is 63% going over, 54% going over on the money at that minus 110. That is dead even. You'll have to wait till later in the day when you can really adjust, analyze when a total is going to go which way, especially when it's about even on the money like it is now. But let's go to the next game. Kansas City versus Baltimore. Plus 132 for Kansas City. Minus 156 for Baltimore. A lot like the odds in the last game. Very similar. And that minus 162 cost for the Kansas City spread. Kansas City run line is what we're going to focus on. Let's see where the money is going in this one. Once again, heavy with the home team. Heavy with the home team again. 80% of the money on the money line. 81% on the spread. And at minus 162 is very high, and it's hard to go against that despite the only 19% of the money going in that direction. 81% is going with the plus 134. That's a lot of money to pay out for the bookies. That seems very unlikely, even though Baltimore could win this game at that minus 156. They are over that minus 150 threshold, just like the last game. So look for a very similar result in that one, and that under is getting that minus 105 sweet spot. Those hit more often in baseball than not. So stay focused on that, the under. All right. New York Mets versus Milwaukee Brewers. This is a pick'em game, minus 110 for the Mets, minus 106 for the Milwaukee Brewers. But the difference is right here, the minus 182 for the home team Brewers underdogs. That's a super high cost for a spread. Even for a money line in baseball. But 80% going with the Brewers at home on the money line. Only 17% going with them on the spread. Once again, when the bookies go in, they're probably going to go with the Mets, and the Mets might be a sensible pick in this one, despite that minus 106 cost, lower cost for Milwaukee. And they're getting most of the, I would fade the public on that one on the ML. The spread, 83% going with the Mets. And okay, yeah, and their favorite. So I would definitely consider Milwaukee. You could pretty much go Milwaukee across the board in this one. But as it stands with that higher cost, Well, they're not getting as much of the money. Well, yeah, they're only getting 20% of the money on the money line. So, and they started at even minus 109. So that's another 10. So the minus 182 is too difficult, too high to go against. Too high to go against as an underdog. So you could do Milwaukee across the board in this one, because that 80% is still getting a ton of money despite this one being higher. But it's all matters where this adjusts, because I think Milwaukee's going to take the spread. Over under is at 7.5. The over is getting the higher cost at minus 112. And I would join the public on that one at that 78th percentile minus 112. Those hit more often than the 108s, especially when they're higher in money. Atlanta versus San Diego. Plus 102 for Atlanta, minus 120 for San Diego. That minus 210 cost is super high at 59%. It's hard to go against that. A lot of money for the sports books at minus 210. That is super high. Well, 92%, correction. The spread's right here. 92, even higher. And that cost is super high. Minus 210. Now, the only way this would happen, this goes around at 94, 95 plus. You might want to fade the public only in that instance and get a payday. Because not many people are going to be betting right here, obviously. It's going to be about 4%-ish. That's the only way. If this continues to increase, fade the public. As it stands, join the public in that one. Moneyline's getting 59%. 59%. At that minus 120. They're getting 59% at that minus 120. It looks like you could go... How many people are betting on Atlanta? 41%, 32%, 41% of the money. I would go with this San Diego minus 120 at home only as it stands now. If Atlanta goes to the negative with San Diego, which means San Diego decreases on the odds here, go with Atlanta. If Atlanta goes to the negative, go with Atlanta. And I would go with that over 6.5 at that minus 122 cost. I would go with the over in that instance. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Picks will be on the Patreon. Link is in the description. Pray every day. I've been Scott. Take care.